Luka Doncic plus another star with a competent team around him is basically a contender. The Lakers are able to stagger Luka and LeBron, and that gives them the ability to have the highest IQ player on the floor at all times. That being said, they have drastically changed the identity of their team. On a pendulum from defense to offense, the Lakers went from a very strong defensive team anchored by Anthony Davis to a very dangerous offensive team now carried by Luka Doncic. It was pretty obvious that Luka wasn't himself in the first few games as a Laker. His shots weren't falling, and he seemed a bit too slow on both ends of the floor. Even when he attacked, it looked like he was going in slow motion. But the game slowed down for him soon after. Like here, he takes Jamal Murray into the paint, stops, and then gets the bank shot. He's just one of those few players that could get into the paint at any time, and it's obviously not because of his burst of speed. It's because of his angles and his footwork that he's able to get into the paint so well. He's not only looking more confident attacking the paint, but now he's looking a lot more confident shooting the ball. I mean, these are the shots that are really demoralizing for a defense. Luka's ability to attack the paint and to shoot make him a great player, but what makes Luka an all-time great player is his passing ability. His court mapping ability is off the charts. You can't double him because he's always going to find the open man. I think he's the best player ever to have this over-the-shoulder no-look pass. And this one right here should not be this accurate. His no-look passes are just stupid. Like here, when Luka jumps in the air, his body is angled towards LeBron and he's looking at him, but he makes the pass to Jackson Hayes instead. Here, Luka gets into the paint and he doesn't want to challenge Walker Kessler at the basket. And he jumps in the air, it looks like he's about to pass to Austin Reeves, who's wide open. He even looks towards him, but that gets Keyonte George to jump towards Austin Reeves and it leaves Rui open for the three. It's his eyes that throws the defense off. Eyes over here and pass over there. LeBron and Luka are two of the most high IQ players ever to play the game. They feed off of each other, and already you can see that they're a step ahead of the defense. And they have a really good connection in transition as well. Like here, LeBron and Luka are passing the ball back to each other until the defense commits and doubles, and now LeBron has an open three. Here, LeBron knows that Luka is supposed to come off a Reeves screen. Collier and Laurie are now focused on Luka, and that takes away the help defense now, and LeBron can attack the paint and give the alley-oop to Jackson Hayes. LeBron just seems like a rejuvenated man after the trade. He's hitting these fadeaway shots at a high clip, and he's also playing defense at a high level. Don't get it twisted, he's not the same defender that he used to be, but here you can see he offers some good rim protection. LeBron as a screener in the pick and roll is so effective because he's so good at rolling to the basket and he's such a good passer. I haven't seen this yet, but if I'm JJ Redick, I would have LeBron set screens for Luka in the pick and roll. If you look at the starting five of the Lakers, their weakest player is probably Jackson Hayes, but he's been a really good lob threat for LeBron and Luka, and he's shown some ability to switch on the defensive end, which could come in handy in the playoffs. One of the other starters for the Lakers, Austin Reeves, has been playing very well. He's not only able to call his own number, but he's able to create for others. And him and Rui have a really good connection when Rui cuts to the basket. For the Lakers to reach their peak, they have to play excellent defense like they did against Denver. And the weakest player on defense for the Lakers is none other than Luka. But in that game against Denver, the Lakers had a really solid game plan against guarding Jokic, and they were able to hide Luka on defense. It was one of the best defensive games I've seen Luka play actually. He played really good help defense and caused a few turnovers, and that allowed the Lakers to get out in transition. But the Nuggets failed to do what a lot of teams are going to attempt to do, and that's attack Luka on defense. And that's one of the main reasons why Nico decided to trade him. As much as I disagree with him, Nico was not wrong in terms of being afraid about Luka being attacked on defense in the playoffs. He will be hunted on that side of the floor a lot more than he is during the regular season. It's gonna come down to the rest of his teammates covering for him, but that's a lot easier said than done. Like here, LeBron is so concerned about Luka getting over the screen that he loses his man to the basket. It's not just Luka that's the issue on defense, it's also Austin Reeves. He's not the best first line of defense for a team. And before, when teams were able to get into the paint passing Austin Reeves, there was at least Anthony Davis back there, and no other Laker can provide the same type of rim protection that he did. Like, this is just way too easy for Max Christie to do an in and out dribble and get past Austin Reeves. And here Miles Bridges gets to the basket, and again there's no rim protection. Again, don't get me wrong, the Lakers are not regretting making this trade. All I'm saying is that they miss Anthony Davis and the backline defense that he provided. It's like losing Troy Polamalu, who was covering for any defensive mistakes happening. He was that safety, and now I feel like the Lakers are just allowing a lot of teams to not only get to the basket, but score or get fouled from there as well. I also feel like losing Anthony Davis has contributed to the Lakers being worse in transition defense. Davis had the ability to get back on transition defense very quickly, and Luka obviously isn't the fastest player on the court, so he obviously struggles when he gets back on transition defense. And losing Davis obviously contributes to them being worse in pick and roll defense as well. Like here, Rui has no chance to stop Mark Williams when he gets downhill like this. And on this play, Jackson Hayes is forced to foul Mark Williams. And if Jackson Hayes is your starting center, then you're going to struggle on the boards and teams are going to be able to get offensive rebounds against you. Currently they're ranked 20th in the league in defensive rebounding, but I feel like from the eye test that they're worse. But just because the Lakers are lacking in these aspects that I've mentioned, doesn't mean that the Lakers made a mistake. Obviously, getting Luka Doncic was the right move, and he's turned this team into a contender, which they were not before in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that these concerns are going to go away anytime soon. In fact, they're only going to get magnified in the playoffs. I would argue that the Thunder, the Cavs, and the Celtics all have less weaknesses than the Lakers do. But that's not a lot of teams, and injuries happen, and teams get cold, and the Lakers can get hot. And the Lakers have LeBron and Luka, who could take their games to another level in the playoffs like they normally do. And so that's why I believe that the Lakers are contenders. Just not ones that I feel confident about. Thanks for watching. Peace.